The guy wakes up and shits quality starts.
That's all he does is quality starts.
It's just another day in the life of Framber Valdez. Today was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's being exposed on Twitter for cheating.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
What are we talking about? I mean, it's a guy who's just trying to get the most moisture out of his hand in a crucial situation.
That's just so annoying, bro. Because Wheeler was fucking digging for shit too, dude. Everyone's doing it. It was just more obvious, and that shit's like trending on Twitter because it's just more obvious.
What's obvious?
That he's fucking going for Sweat. He's, maybe it's actually
Sweat.
That's what maybe it is legal, but it's not more illegal than what anyone else was doing. Wheeler, after every pitch, goes to he does this every time.
Ticks. These are ticks.
They're not fucking ticks.
They're not ticks.
Because he's not the only one who does it. And I don't know why. And Dallas, you probably do, but I don't know what. But
Dallas is defending his brethren.
60% of the pitchers in the league, every pitch, they go to their fucking pants right here over the belt, but their pants look clean. So what the fuck are they touching?
Dallas is not going to tell you. He's not. Is it? Joe, the one thing you got to remember, Dallas ain't one of us. Like he's on the pod, but he's still in the fraternity. He's still in the fraternity. He may not be active, but he's never going to snitch on a big leaguer, except unless their name is Nathan Eovaldi.
Wow, that was not. There was nothing personal there.
Yeah, I mean, you
just assessing.
You casually like to pick and choose when you're a snitch, but I think in this particular case, he ain't gonna rat. He's gonna play dumb.
What do the numbers tell you?
There weren't. That's why.
It's because he's been doing the same shit the whole year. It's going to be the same the whole year.
Yeah.
He does that every single fucking start.
Baseline. We already gathered the baseline. They had another meeting. Remember, I told you guys about the meeting. Everybody got the memo. Everybody had the powwow.
You know what else was happening, Dallas? Here's what was happening. He had the shit on his glove hand, and they were checking his left. He's a left-handed pitcher. Then they're like, "Oh, let me see your left hand." They'll check his left hand, but all the shit's on his right hand. So
no, it has. If you're using it, it has to go on your pitching hand eventually, or there's no
sure,
point.
But then it goes on the baseball. So I don't give a fuck personally. I really don't. I cared about Spider Tack because talking to guys in the league, they would explain to me, a non-professional hitter, what the difference is when you're in the batter's box when a guy's using pine tar, sunscreen, rosin, sweat, that combo versus Spider Tack. Spider Tack to me, that's cheating. Like, you are doing something to the baseball that is making it infinitely more difficult to hit. If you're using something just to grip the baseball, yeah, it's going to make you better from a control standpoint, but you've got the best hitters in the game telling you, yeah, I don't give a fuck if they use that stuff. I care if they're using Spider Tack. So we've had this conversation a billion times. I don't give a fuck if Framber Valdez is out there using sunscreen, rosin, and sweat. I don't give a fuck if he's using pine tar. I genuinely don't. I only cared about Spider Tack because that was making it do demon shit. So I don't care. I really don't care. People were coming at me because I tweeted the video. And they're like, I
was going to ask you a question.
Sure.
So why'd you post the video?
Because it's my job. It's a video that people were talking about. Right now, the tweet has been up for 1 hour, and it has 1.4 million views. So for my job, I know that people are going to be talking about it, so I have to put it out there. I don't give a fuck. I even I followed up by saying hey, I don't fucking care.
No, for sure. You know, I'm just fucking wearing you out. Let's get specific about it. Looking at the video, what, Joey, from your perspective, initially, you see this, you see it slow down, you watch the video, you rewind the video. What do you see?
He's going for sweat. And he has to be mixing with something. I don't know what he has on his arm. I don't know the actual technique behind it. He's going for sweat, and he's rubbing the sweat on something else. But he's getting a lot of sweat. What is it? Rosin in his glove? You can't put rosin in your glove like that. But he's not touching the rosin bag. So does he have something on his arm? And then when you get sweaty, it makes it stickier?
Well, there are multiple combinations of substances that you can use that activate once they are, that are water activated or moisture activated. So when you sweat, that only enhances the effect you're looking for. And straight up, it's a matter of doing your homework, understanding, I don't want to call it simple science or rudimentary science, but if you've decided to go down that road, you have a good idea of what works, what doesn't. So you've probably gotten comfortable and you've probably found a mixture that works for you. That being said, that is, and this is, I'll give you the defense attorney approach to this. All right. If you're a pitcher, your glove hand, as you, and I'm showing the camera this right now, so go to the YouTube channel and check out this so you can see what I'm doing here. But as you grip that glove and squeeze, sweat starts to drip down through the palm, right? And so there's a lot of moisture that gathers in that area right there specifically. And if you have a hard time because Framber is wearing 3/4 sleeves and maybe there's just, I don't know, not as much moisture to be had on the wrist as there is in the palm area because he's probably got, a nice lining of his glove that's hot, sweat. Look, we've all put a fucking glove on. You know what it feels like. So that is kind of what I see initially. And then I could tell you my experiences from when I pitched, things that I did. And yes, there could be room for a little extracurricular activity, but based on what the video shows, based on what the checks told us, Framber Valdez well within the means of operating cleanly.
Yeah, he's completely clean. Wasn't doing anything illegal or nothing like that. Would never accuse another player of cheating.
Because something else, like you see him going with the thumb, right? It's the thumb specifically. That's the finger, or that's one of the fingers that you would use to really rub a certain spot. So like rubbing up a baseball, there's an art to rubbing up the baseball, especially in game, especially if you know what pitch you're going to be going to. That's why you'll see guys, one of the tells for guys is whether or not they go to the rosin bag with 2 strikes, or if they go to the rosin bag early and you get something spinning. Now you start to keep track of when they go to the rosin bag, what pitch comes after. I mean, that's simple shit you learn in Little League, but this is stuff. Hey, it could just be a matter of him needing to create a little tack in a certain spot on the ball and being able to press down with some moisture gets it done.
Yeah.
I just, for Pete's sake, it's...
There's certain practices in the game.
I mean, come on. Let the fucking lefty live. Let the lefty live.
I got no problem with it. I just,
it's unfortunate.
It's my job to comment on it.
It's his, and I know people love
Joey,
cheating.
have you seen the video? Have you seen the video of me like breaking down how I did it?
Yes, I've seen every foreign substance video ever created, and I have seen that.
Yeah, so it's just like I could do it in a room full of cameras, and they would never catch it.
Bong water Braden.
Dude, but that's my problem. Is this like it's just for some reason his was so obvious. Wheeler was using shit too. You could see him touching his pants in the same spot after every single pitch. Nobody
watch Diego Castillo pitch. The guy grabs his hat, grabs his glove, pulls on the strands in the same exact order every time. Every time.
It's
every time. It's just nature. It's what you do, man. It's
what do you mean in
nature?
Do. It's just that, but it's not nature as in there's a reason. It's not nature. It's that I want the thing to be sticky and give me a better grip.
No,
when you say nature, I feel like you're saying it's just a nervous tick. They all do the same thing. It's just not like think about we all pitched in Little League, right?
Yep. Well, Jared did. He played right field.
I would call it dominant.
Did you think about about your pitching and you're not worried about spin rate because you're 11 years old? Are you touching your fucking hat after every pitch?
Yeah. You ever watch Little League World Series, John?
I have.
These fucking kids go through an entire routine because they see the big leaguers do it.
I didn't do that. I think the only thing I did
Jared
that was
didn't
like
have cable, and he played right field in Saugus. There were fucking 3
the
people.
only only
His
tick
mom, his
that
dad, his sister.
I borrowed from like a big leaguer was like by the time I was in high school, that's when Papelbon was shoving, and I would do like the little fucking stomp around the mound after a strikeout. I would just do like fastball, punchy, head down, do a fucking a little lap around the mound, and then come back as they're throwing it around like that. That's the only thing I ever borrowed from a big leaguer.
I remember when Kimbrel started pitching I think it was Kimbrel started going for the Braves, and when he first came up, he would have like pine tar on his hat. Or I don't know who it was, but he would kept doing that. So I started doing that as like a 12-year-old. I would put pine tar on my hat just because I thought it looked cool.
It does look cool.
It does look cool. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little pine tar on the hat.
All right. Back to this fucking ball game here.
Yeah.
Big
hit by Breggy.
What's that?
Said big hit by Breggy.
Huge.
That was the game. That ended up being the game winner.
Well,
no, that's the game winner.
Well, it was only a 2-run homer.
Yeah, and they fucking Philly scored 3 runs.
No way. They scored 2.
No, they scored 2. Final score 5.
Who won? Who won?
Who won the game?
Were you watching this game? We're breaking down the same game here?
Was it not a 3-run homer?
It was not a 3-run homer.
2-run homer.
2-run bot.
It was a game winner to me. I know Bregman
because they scored 3 in the first. Scored 3 in the first.
I know Bregman.
And that's what allowed Framber Valdez to cruise through 6 1/3 innings, 3 walks, 9 punch outs. 16 of the 19 outs recorded by Framber Valdez were on the ground, or he just took care of it himself.
He's got a nasty curve.
A hammer, and a great curveball.
Should I share this? I might share this. Okay. So, an unnamed active MLB player slid into my DMs tonight. I'll leave his name out of it. He sent me the video of Framber doing what he was doing.
I already know who it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Text me.
I don't even want to tell you what hand he throws with because that would be
give me a lefty.
So he DMs me and he said, shit changing his career. It has made his breaking pitches way better. And then actually in this DM exchange, I sent him Joey's video, but he said, man, you have no clue. I've seen everyone cheat, including my own teammates, and I've seen it help them out significantly. I had an umpire tell me this year that MLB knows and MLB just doesn't care.
Yep.
Duh. Dude, look at the spin rates. You can see it on Baseball Savant. They go up every single month. Every single month since the crackdown was like 1 month. It stayed low. It's gone up every single month. There's going to be a crackdown 2.0. I guarantee that shit because Spider Tack is back.
It's not Spider Tack.
I don't think what he's using was Spider Tack, but people are using Spider Tack.
Let me just tell you guys this much right now. All right. If you thought that the effort to control steroid use was going to have the impact it did, well, you would be surprised to think that the game cleaned up as much as it did. You'd also be surprised to find out how many people are still figuring out ways to circumnavigate the process. That being said, this is such a lower level field to dabble in, to get away with. You're fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah.
You're fighting an uphill battle.
But I would just like to double down. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Did you get my text, by the way?
Yeah, I texted you back, idiot.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I don't look.
Yeah. So,
well, you know. Wow. Well, think about never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the fuck it is either, guys. Whoever's listening is pissed off. and thinks that like I don't know. I'm with you guys.
No,
Let's
Joe,
do it.
you need to be
It
the
sucks.
character that
It's-
you're the what is that called? The what's it called when like the character represents multiple people?
The main character.
No.
I don't know.
Dynamic.
I have no idea.
There's a word for it. You guys are just dumb. Anyways,
The antagonist, the protagonist, and
no,
the-
there's like a character that like in the movies it's one person, but it's supposed to represent many people.
Yeah. Well, I'm at least like 3-4.
That's
people.
you. Joey is the character that represents the listenership right now. They're like, what the fuck? We want to know who the fuck it is, dude.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Anyways.
gotcha.